for any commercial kitchen space. We do have space for food entrepreneurs and food truck owners looking to get a food license as well. So feel free to call that same number, 414-800-2587, with any questions. Thank you.
Oh, I absolutely love that so much. Thank you so much, Felicia, for joining us here today for our Black Business Give Back Spotlight.
Awesome. I really appreciate you having me on today.
And this has been your Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Gimme Cakes right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. President Trump has nominated a federal prosecutor from Milwaukee to fill a seat on the U.S. Court of Appeals in Wisconsin. In a post on social media, the president named Rebecca Tibelson to serve as a judge for the 7th Circuit. If Tibelson is confirmed by the U.S. Senate, she would take the seat held by Dianne Sykes, who plans to step down from active service in October. Tibelson has served as an assistant U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Wisconsin since 2016. Pay raises for state workers. Governor Tony Evers is implementing a pay bump for state employees over the next 2 years. The biennial budget authorizes a 3% raise this year and a 2% raise in 2026. Eligible workers who have been employed since the end of June will see a 3% raise starting in September, including lump sum payback from June 29th. Be on the lookout for scammers posing as a Wisconsin DMV. Officials say a wave of fake emails and texts have been sent to residents demanding payments or requesting personal information. Wisconsin DMV's Tina Brady says this.
We would not send a text message or an email to a customer demanding payment. So that is a red flag right away that customers should be aware of that is not coming from DMV.
The agency has launched a new website with resources and screenshots of what the recent scams look like. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. The legendary Home Blow. Of course, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. And as always, you can hit us up on the Truth Talk text line 833-212-1017. And of course, for those of you, you can check us out live and watch the show and participate with our YouTube and X page at 1017 The Truth. You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today. You got to say what's up to Xavier. Xavier, what's going on with your family? How you feeling and doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good, man. That's good, man. I know I'm going to have a great musical soundtrack again today, right?
Oh yeah, I've been planning it out all day.
Good. You know, and it works. It works. So that's the great thing about it. It works.
Yeah. Are you in a chill mood or a party mood?
Listen, man. Well, we gonna be in a flood mood. We be flooding. Yay! I'm just saying.
Yeah, I got something for you then.
Yeah, and also, so we're gonna end up. You know, I got a couple of questions that I want to ask Truth Nation and find out your thoughts and what is your answer to the questions that I have, and also, you know, we talk about there was and I'm blessed that I was able to be a part of that. We had the state of emergency call to action. So we had that taking place. And with that, there were a lot of people that ended up coming together, a lot of people that may not actually get along or whatever, but they came out because Pastor Redante Ashford had called for everyone to kind of like drop any egos and all of that. Biko Baker, they had asked, you know, just come and really partake and be a part, and let's hear from the different facets as it relates to the religious factor, as it relates to CVI, community violence interrupters. So that would be like 414 Live, Credible Messengers, Peacekeepers, Cream City, Credible Mess. You know, so a lot of different, of course, the Office of Wellness and Community, OWCS. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of those facets came together, and people working from the city level to the county level to the grassroots level, and they were all there. So I'm going to give some statistics to see, in my opinion, have we really heeded the messages that were at that particular meeting? And there's more follow-up to come from that. But yeah, are the citizens and the community really listening and paying attention? So that is something that I'll get into a little bit later. But I want to end up saying great afternoon to everyone. SE, great evening on the YouTube. Ariane Kawanda, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Not really a city girl. Great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Sister Lorena Star Marie. Great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real. Great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Everybody that's checking in early on the YouTube, I want to say great afternoon. I appreciate you. And, of course, if you're new to our YouTube or our X, make sure while you're there, you hit that like and subscribe button. We're on our way to 5,000 subscribers on our YouTube page. Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Louise McLaurin, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Lucretia Mason, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. So to everybody that's checking in, again, we are inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. And, of course, the flood. I want to, a lot of people that I know were affected by the flood. Everybody, numerous people, very close friends, some people just, known associates, and some people that I just don't know at all. But just seeing the damage and everything that they lost, some people literally lost everything except their lives in a lot of these situations. So my question that I'd like to have people give a response to is, what did you learn from this flood? What did you learn from this flood? Because with everything, there's a lesson. And especially we're talking about classroom, you know what I'm saying? There's a lesson. So in your opinion, what did you learn from this flood? I can tell you some things that I feel about some of the people's reactions to this traumatic situation. I mean, devastating situation, devastating. Like I say, some people lost everything, private mementos, things that you just can't get back. You can't buy these moments. You can't buy some of these photos. You can't buy some of these pieces of clothing, or maybe it was a piece of furniture that is now no good, but it was left to you by your grand, or your mother wanted you to have it, your father, so something of your children. You may have lost your children and you had it, and it was lost and destroyed in the flood as well. So what did you learn? What did you learn from this flood that we had here, a historical situation for us here in Milwaukee? Now, not that we haven't had flooding before, but what did you learn? And what's next? You get what I'm saying? So what's next? And remember, the True Talk text line is 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. I want to know, what did you learn from this flood? And then what's next? You feel what I'm saying? What would you do, or are you going to do different? What's next? Venus Jones, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. E Boogie, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. We're going to go to the True Talk text lines early. We got Eastside Corey. Eastside Corey, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Welcome to Truth in the Afternoon. I love you more. I love you more.
I love you. Your phrasing, sir. Your phrasing is so lovely on my ears, sir. You've got a gorgeous, gorgeous speaking voice. Are you a man of the cloth?
No, but I believe in God.
I can tell that. Yeah, you've been talking about the Lord. I can tell that. I don't know. You don't have to be a preacher, man, but it's so eloquent off your lips. I'm just saying, sir. Salute.
I
hear the intelligence. What a question. That's the most beautiful question. It almost made me want to cry.
What is your answer?
Because I was driving on my way from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night, headed towards Milwaukee. Glad to be going home, me and my homie. I drove into the storm. But I saw it before I got there, man. The whole sky was black. But the lightning, it wasn't just a stroke of light. It was the entire sky.
Mm-hmm.
And before us was the shape of a cross in between the clouds. And it would only light up when the lightning would strike. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having a conversation with my best friend about a friend who just died. And so I'm using the lightning crack, crack, crack to make my point. And I said, Lord, maybe we need to pull over because the cars started raining. And I learned that the power of the Lord is always present. And I love when he shows off just a little bit, baby. Yes, sir. I know who's in charge. Come on with it. Let's go.
Well, thank you very much for your call.
I'm not scared of nobody.
I got you, Eastside Corey.
Not scared of nobody.
I got you. Thank you for your call. We appreciate you. We're up on our first break, but again, my question is, what did you learn from this flood? What did you learn from this flood, and what's next? So I see the True Talk text line is going down. So 833-212-1017. We'll come back to take your call, Blake. Just hang on right there. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. The legendary Home Blow will be black. It's sponsored by Cousin Subs.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, the Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. They've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, they find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with your credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We Energies want you to keep this important safety message in mind. Before you start digging, planting, or landscaping on your property, call 811 to have underground utilities marked. Calling 811 at least 3 business days before you plan to dig will help you know what's below and can prevent a hazardous situation. Our representatives will mark the underground utilities on your property for free. So remember, stay safe and call before you dig.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And the Nikes on my feet keep my cipher complete. Nikes and the Nikes on my feet keep my cipher complete.
I'm black. And welcome to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Again, I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. The legendary Home Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs. Of course, we're going to go right to the Truth Talk text lines. Of course, I thank you, Blake. We are talking about what did you learn from the flood? Whether you were affected by it or not, what did you learn from the flood? Blake, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your thoughts?
Man, I love you more, big homie. I learned that our grandparents and our parents that lived down south, they went from living in houses to putting them on bricks, to putting them on stilts. But then we also learned that water is all power. It's 95% of the earth, and it's 70% of us. There's nothing we can stop. If you're in the equation, if you have nothing to do with it, like on our block, some people got water in their basement, some people didn't. If on 60th, the people's walls caved in. You know, like with Miss Flo, she had water 4 or 5 feet. It has no discretion over who it touches. And if you got millions or not, it don't matter, because I've been all the way up in Delavan and up in Lake Geneva since yesterday and today, and it's everywhere. Menominee Falls, Germantown, it doesn't matter how much you make or where you are, you'll get touched. My lesson was already put in me. It's just I learned it in a different kind of way, so you prepare. Don't put nothing on the floor. And our stuff, my clothes is in the basement because we don't have no private space, and we just opened the daycare. So my stuff is in totes.
Okay. And
I put it on top of each other because I know weight holds it down. But when the water overpowers the weight, it unbalances. So I lost all my stuff. I ain't mad. I get to go shopping next week. But my wife is good, so I really don't care about nothing. As long as she's straight, I'm good. But anything can be replaced. And if it's in the basement more than 3 months, you should throw it out anyway, because some of the stuff I've been seeing, it shouldn't have been in these people's basements, man.
Okay.
Oh my God! It looked like their whole house is wrecked. So like the stuff I had down there, I'm glad I got to go. I just hate that it happened because it's boo boo down there, man. And everybody that's out here, like I said, the people that need to listen, don't listen. Tell these people, if y'all gonna pick through that stuff, put some gloves on, put some masks on. Y'all messing with feces. I'm already getting mold in my crib, dude. So just everybody be safe this weekend. I'm trying to get a hotel for the weekend so me and my wife and our daughter ain't got to be in that crib. But if we got to, I'm going to make the best of it. And I just, just everybody just be real with it. Just love each other and stop faking. You be good, Homer.
Thank you very much, Blake. I appreciate that. Going to BJ. BJ, great afternoon. I love you. I appreciate you. Talking about the question right now is, what did you learn from the flood? All right. So what's your thoughts?
Can you hear me? I always ask that away.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. One of the biggest things I think I learned is how important it is for our communities to know what climate change is and that we're in the state of a climate emergency, not just locally, but nationally and internationally. There's a climate emergency happening, which affects big things, right, like weather and how weather affects us. And one of the biggest things that I've struggled with is how our communities have processed the flood and how much blame we have put on ourselves, which doesn't belong to us, about, there's litter and how that has caused for our communities to flood. But it's in fact not true, because the surrounding communities that do not have as much litter as our neighborhoods have did not, experience more flooding than we did in some areas. So I want for our communities to understand that we're currently in a climate emergency, and that climate emergency is leading to a substantial amount of more rainfall or other natural disasters. And so our infrastructure could not handle the amount of rain. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is, as we think about other things that are going on in our city, like policies that are being introduced, one of the biggest things that are being asked, or one of the biggest things that our city is encouraging, is an influx in population. And so when we have more residents, then it's difficult for us to receive the services that we require, where's our street sweeper and other things that our city requires, like streets being cleaned, whatever. When you have an influx in population, it will increase the difficulty for us to gain access to those services. So one, just staying informed on what's happening internationally and locally are the two things that I realized I learned.
Well, thank you very much, BJ. Love you, appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of Truth Nation. 833-212-1017. Reggie L on YouTube. Great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. Dimitri, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. Reggie L said, how you do that, stay safest. I learned that God has the very last day so, and thank him. He sent me down south to Iowa. How sweet it is, and it is not. Glad I listened in Denver. So, okay, I got you. It's different. Normally I call people out on misspellings all the time, but that's not how it works, and that's not how it looks. Dimitri said, what I learned from the floods is that natural disasters can happen anywhere, anytime, to anybody. Be prepared, not scared. On the True Talk text line, of course, Stacy Evans, great afternoon. Love you, appreciate you. Said, try and be prepared, Homer. It's supposed to rain again these next few days. And this is true. This is true. We are going to have more. So there's some people that are going to be hit with double whammy. And if you haven't even begun to try to get some of those things out of your basement or a living room, dining room, wherever you may have received the damage, understand that mold is coming. That mold is coming, because even though it's scheduled to, have some rain on tomorrow, it's still going to be 90 degrees. We still got hot weather. And so that heat is going to do what heat does. So some of the things that are damaged, it's going to create those odors, it's going to create that mold. And we have to, because again, I think that we had some signs and some people didn't pay attention to the signs. And I've said this before. Some people did not pay attention to the signs. And I think a lot of us, unfortunately, have this. It ain't going to happen to me. It can't happen to me. It's like there are people who've lost homes in fires that always felt like it ain't going to be me. I done seen a bunch of fires, but my house ain't going to never be one of them houses until it is. So, you have to really look at the signs that are leading to it. We had a bunch of situations in our city on other rainfall that was not as bad as what we ended up experiencing over last weekend. But the streets in Milwaukee flood. You see, like if you go down Capitol Drive, 30th, 31st in Capitol, 20th in Capitol, lakes, like whole little lakes and ponds. And if that didn't give you a sign, you just, I bet they house messed up. But you weren't thinking about what happens when it happens to you. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Again, you are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. The legendary Home of Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs, will be black.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl Noni Juice for Steinhafels. If better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone. And the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhafels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattress to Steinhafels. Now, you can try Helix in person, something you can't do just anywhere. Right now, Steinhafels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our listeners. Head to steinhafels.com to learn more. Helix Sleep at Steinhafels. Better sleep starts now.
Summer in Milwaukee is nonstop. Festivals, live music, and fresh city vibes fill the season you already know. From world-famous cultural celebrations to hidden gem street fairs, every neighborhood is a stage, alive with handcrafted traditions, homegrown talent, and world-class entertainment. Music, flavor, culture, whenever you visit, the Cream City is ready to celebrate. This summer, don't just visit. Make sure you experience Milwaukee, the city of festivals.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
We have a few backups across southeast Wisconsin. If you're heading on a 43 southbound, be aware that backups do begin at Good Hope Road. They go past Capitol Drive and past the Marquette interchange, and they only clear up on 94 southbound once you pass Beecher Street. If you're heading on 94 eastbound, backups are beginning at the Zoo interchange. They go past the State Fair Park, past the same interchange, and clear up once you pass South Layton Boulevard. 41 southbound, backups begin at Good Hope Road, and they clear up once you pass Capitol Drive. Tonight, we'll get a chance for some showers. Storms will be partly cloudy with a low of 72 degrees. Saturday is going to be partly cloudy, very warm and humid with a chance of rain and storms with a high of 88 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Sean Brenda on 101.7 The Truth.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Brewers achieved the 12-game win streak on Wednesday, which unlocked free George Webb burgers for fans.
Would you like fries with that? 12 in a row for the Crew. 12-5 your final. The Brewers with their second longest winning streak in the regular season in franchise history. A team for the ages.
The Brewers return tonight in Cincinnati to take on the Reds. They sit at 76-44. The Packers take on the Colts this weekend for their second preseason game. That showdown begins Saturday at noon. Jordan Love is expected to be ready for Week 1 following his surgery. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm black. Welcome to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Truth Talk text line 833-212-1017. If you'd like to join in on the discussion, also hit us up on our YouTube and X page, 101.7 The Truth. And while you're there, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so we can get to that 5,000 subscribers on our YouTube page. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. The question is, what did you learn from the flood? What did you learn from the flood? You know, they say if you don't learn something, you're bound to repeat it. So what did you learn? We got Sandra on the Truth Talk text line. Great afternoon, Sandra. How are you doing and feeling today? I love you and I appreciate you.
I'm fine, and how are you doing?
I'm blessed. What's your thoughts? What did you learn?
Okay. Number one, I'll always watch the Weather Channel all the time, and they have survival skills that they show. This is Byron Allenz. He's got it going on, and they show you survival skills, and they show you the floods, and they say stop, don't drown. So when I was coming through the waters, because I was coming through Saturday night, and every time I look around, I had to turn, like do the snake road.
Right.
And I'm so glad I did learn that from that, because that way cars in front of me went through the water. And, they say that stuff get in your air vent, and it really messes up your car, too. So I learned that, and then I learned to put my I didn't do it, but I learned now to put my water heaters up higher because they're laying on the floor. Because now that one is not working now. So because water did get in my house. But I did learn, and then I try to transfer the information on because I got young nieces and nephews that moved to Texas and all that stuff, and they don't have basements. And, they have tornadoes and everything in Florida. They have those hurricanes, and they get the sinkholes. And Florida's got the most sinkholes going. You don't know this on the Weather Channel, what I'm saying. So, I try to tell them to be alert, too. Watch the Weather Channel and start, listen to what's going to happen with your weather within your area. So that's what I learned.
Okay, so now the second part of that question is, what's next? So because of you losing some things, so what will you do different to try to prepare if another flood like this happens?
Probably, like I said, I raised, what I can raise. My furnaces are raised already, so I don't have that problem. But I really never had flooding. But if it happened again, I guess I'm going to have to deal with it or get out of the house some kind of way. Which, if it gets that high and I can't get out, like I see on the TV, then that'll be a problem. But as far as it wasn't that high, so I did take some rubber boots and walk around. I know better because they tell you that too. Do not walk down there when it's wet like that.
So in the event of losing property and things to that nature, what steps would you take? Because there's a lot of people that lost everything but their lives. Mm-hmm. And there's some people that maybe they didn't lose everything, but they did lose a lot, and they aren't insured for it. They aren't insured for it. They didn't have flood insurance. They didn't have some of the other particular type of insurances that would end up covering some of those things. So a lot of people were calling and saying, well, it was a sewer. So, y'all gotta fix this. Y'all gotta fix this. Y'all gotta replace my stuff. And they're like, no, you're being denied because you didn't have this or you didn't have that. So how are you looking at it as on that level? Like what's next? What will you change besides trying to make sure that you get out of the home or apartment so you won't get caught up and all of that? But what will you do different now? That's the what's next.
No, I did take the flood insurance. Now I hear people saying that you got to stay in a different way in order for your insurance to cover it. Because, like I said, I live directly here in the city here, and it's always we've had a problem with insurances that kick us off with the snap of a finger. And so I did take the flood insurance.
Okay, and so and speaking of that, I want to read some 7 tips that people need to think about if they're put in this kind of situation again, and that they are being denied currently with insurance and finding out that, we don't cover that. Oh, you said the word flood? Oh, yeah, you ain't had no flood insurance. But thank you for your call, Sandra, and just listen up to some of the tips that I have. And again, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. 1, tips. So if you were affected by the flood or somebody that you know was affected by the flood, you may have lost some things. 1, if you have homeowners insurance and did not have the sewer blackup as part of the policy or the special endorsement for sewer blackup, your claims will be denied. 2, if you had flood insurance and you did not have the sewer blackup, the flood insurance for sewer blackup policy, it will not cover the sewer blackup. 3, if your water came in through the foundation or basement windows and you had flood insurance, that will cover structural damage to the foundation and et cetera, but it will not cover your personal belongings in the basement unless you purchase the additional personal content policy. And that's what it's called, personal content policy with your flood insurance policy. Flood insurance is generally for living quarters above ground. However, if you have egress windows in the basement, you may be covered for personal content. Please talk to your insurance agent, as you would need to satisfy certain building code requirements to get that particular insurance. 4, you can purchase flood insurance even if you're not in a flood zone. Most of us are in flood zone X. Not all insurance companies are eligible to sell NFIP, which is National Flood Insurance Program policies. Therefore, you would have to purchase private flood insurance and talk to your insurance agent. 5, if your damage fell under the storm, meaning that your water damage was not from sewer blackup, then your homeowner's policy should cover the damage. Number 6, All warranties on your furnace, hot water heater, washer, dryer, etc. are now voided because they have water damage. Some people may not understand that. So the warranty, well, I got my furnace and they got a warranty. My hot water heater, my washer, my dryer, they got warranties on it. All warranties on your furnace, hot water heater, your washer, your dryer, etc. are now voided because they have water damage. I guarantee you a lot of people didn't know that and don't understand the importance of that part. Number 7, there's a 30-day waiting period to get any additional coverage added to your policy after a disaster. A discussion is being held to determine if they will reduce this to 15 days. But again, you need to talk to your insurance agent. So those people who are trying to do it now, like after the fact, it's a 30-day waiting period just to try to get any additional coverage added to your policy after a disaster. So these are important things that I think people need to know when we're talking about the what's next. And so how will you do your personal belongings from here on out? When we're talking about some of the things, what did you learn? How will you deal with your personal property, your mementos? Will you now change how you store those things? Will you build something that will be up on a shelf where the water would have to get extremely high to get to certain things? What did you learn? And that's why I'm asking, because a lot of people will go through and have the same issue all over again. And I want us to learn. I want us to not have to repeat the same things that we ended up losing so much. Some people lost their whole home business or online businesses because they had all of the merchandise, the products, they had it all stored in their basement, and it's no good. Equipment, it's no good. It has to be thrown out, and not to mention people who lost their cars and, again, didn't have the proper insurance on that. Also, beware if people are trying to sell you cars for cheap, because that's always been a problem where we don't have floods that often here, but other places that are used to having floods and high water risings and all of that, and those cars, they will detail it and clean it up and send it out, and people will be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna buy that car," but it doesn't tell you if it had the flood damage. So you got to use your Carfax. You got to look at all of the information to make sure that good price on this newer model car isn't because it's already been damaged by a flood in the past. So, yeah, you got to find all that information out. When I come back, I want to end up talking about, I'm going to read some USFIR reports with the violence, because, we had this big meeting at the Infinite Church. Shout out to Pastor Redante Ashford and Rob Biko Baker. And we had people from all facets of working here in the community, and we had different panels that were there. The violence is still going on. So are people getting the message? Are people getting the message? Are people even willing to change? Because it's a lot of homicides still happening, a lot of reckless driving, taking people's lives that is still happening. So are they really getting the message? We got to take care of some bills. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home Blow. And I am sponsored by Cousin Subs. We'll be black.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you?
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this?
It's Truth Nation's world. That's right. Welcome, Black. The legendary Home Blow. In for Dr. Ken Harris, who's on assignment. And, of course, we're talking about the flood situation and, you know, what lessons did you learn? Because you need to learn something. You need to learn something so you won't repeat the same thing and have to go through the same types of losses. And so what are you doing to prepare yourself if you're faced with these situations again, or some of your family or loved ones are faced with these situations again? What are you prepared to do? What's next in that situation? Are you going to make sure that you talk to an insurance agent and get the true and clear understanding of what's what? So, violence. You know, we talked about, you know, the fact that we lost some people that a lot of people in the city knew, and some more personally than others, but some just because they always see them. And so there was a state of emergency call to action where Pastor Rodante Ashford, along with Rob Biko Baker, both these brothers are my friends, and I love and appreciate them both. So it was a needed situation. And some things, in my opinion, got hashed out. There were some other things that I think still didn't really get resolved. I still think that we're going to have some issues, and I still think I've been saying silos for a long time. And like I say, for the community, until the community is really ready to start working together, we can come up with all kind of stuff. But if the community doesn't get involved to the level that they need to get involved, then, yeah, it's not going to really do and make the kind of changes that we need. So there's a social media page, USFIR, right, which stands for Urban Suburban Fire Incident Reporting. And they have over 156,000 followers. And you go to this page and you like the page, and it keeps you up with whether it's fires that are happening, whether there's shootings that are happening, whether there's reckless driving, and they have all of this information there. And I just have been looking at, even on the day of the flood, like, you would think that, all right, it's raining too much, the thunder and the lightning, nobody's going to be out doing anything wrong then, right? Not so much. So I'm going to just go through some of the things as it relates to some of the situations, medical needs on this. All right. So on 14, and this is, I'm going to start from the current and just start going black, and just follow me, but you bet not slip. 2 hours ago on here, Milwaukee, 14th and Forest home, several inquiries on the road closure / police presence from the scanner audio. There's a death of an adult male outside, which sounded medical related. That was 2 hours ago. 4 hours ago, Milwaukee, 1200 block of South 17th Street, 16-year-old male stabbed in the flank, awake and breathing. 10 hours ago, South Shore Park, water rescue response and search efforts for a person in the water. 16 hours ago, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 2100 block of West Brown, 43 or 42-year-old female struck by a vehicle, one fatality. 21 hours ago, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Sherman Park. Scanner audio reporting approximately 40 people fighting near the Ball Diamond. Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office is responding. 1 day ago, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, crash involving a county bus, 2 people being transported to the hospital. A day ago, 42nd and Hope, a fatal shooting victim pronounced deceased on scene. A day ago, Milwaukee, 2600 block, North 46, as an adult male, estimated 20s, approximately 7 gunshot wounds to the torso. CPR was in progress. Waukesha, Wisconsin, train struck a person pronounced deceased on scene. 13th in Oklahoma, adult male pedestrian struck by a vehicle. Patient is conscious with a head laceration. 50th in Lisbon, MPD pursuit of a black Chevy. Suspects wanted in an armed carjacking. 2 days ago, 2800 block of North 16th Street, adult male, 40s, shot in the chest and leg. Patient is conscious for transport. 2 days ago, 1400 block of North 8th Street, fatal shooting scene. Victim pronounced deceased on scene. 3 days ago, Howell Avenue and Grange, report of a pedestrian struck by a vehicle. CPR is currently in progress on one person. Broadway and East St. Paul, person extricated from under a truck, one fatality. 3 days ago, 8 p.m., 35th and Burleigh, scanner indicated an adult female jumped out of a second-story window after being held at gunpoint. Unknown status of the suspect, however, tactical vehicles were on scene. These are just things that are, and I ain't even went back to the day of the rain yet, but just to kind of give you an idea, 4 days ago, 7800 block of West Bender, 22-year-old male with a shotgun wound to the forearm, tourniquet applied by MPD. 76 in Green Tree, 14-year-old male struck by a vehicle after getting out of the car after an initial motor vehicle accident. Patient is conscious for transport, probable leg injury. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 4 days ago. Burnham and Muskego. Adult male, estimated 50, struck by a vehicle. Patient is conscious with CPR in progress. Just to hear the things that are going on. 5 days ago, approximately 50-year-old male with a gunshot wound to the chest, deceased. It's just like, what is really going to change the narrative, and when are we going to have some of these families be able to get closure to their relatives? 5 days ago, 4300 block North 84th Street, adult male in the 20s shot once in the chest and exited the black. Patient is conscious for transport. And you just keep hearing about shootings. 6900 block North 37th Street, adult male, 30s, 2 gunshot wounds to the legs. I look at all of these shootings, even though the ones that the person may not have died, as these are people that all could have been victims of homicide. And this is crazy because after I end up taking a break, I'm going to scroll all the way back to when we had the flooding and just to let you know how much violence was still taking place when people were losing their belongings and all of that. It's crazy. It's crazy just to know that even the flooding didn't stop people from wilding out. It didn't even stop. You know, you'd be wanting to be like, okay, what's going to change? And it's like, no, cars still hitting people and all of that, reckless driving going on. 2700 block North 60th Street, fatal shooting, person pronounced deceased on scene. This is all during the time where people are going through the floods and now trying to gather their lives back together. We got a lot of work. Ariane Kwanda, of course, said prayers for Milwaukee. Absolutely. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. And I don't know how many meetings need to be had. And more people from the community need to show up. And some of the people that are part of the problem need to be brought to these meetings as well so they can look people in the face that have been affected by their violent and ignorant behavior. Got to take care of some bills. We'll be back. It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I want to definitely hear from you. 833-212-1017. What else is it going to take? What else is it going to take? And when you hear that there are differences with the people who are supposed to be helping out and decreasing the violence, but some of them don't get along, what are we going to do? Let's take care of some bills, Xavier. I'll be black.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hello, my name is Cindy, and I'm a rising sophomore and a proud Tiger at Riverside University High School. What I love about Riverside is the coursework that really helps you get ready for college. At Riverside, students can take advanced placement and dual enrollment classes and earn college credits while they are still in high school. I love that Riverside has so many clubs like forensics, student council, robotics, and the chess club. With so many options, there is something for everyone. On Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., please join us at Riverside for the Truth Family Fest. We will have entertainment, food trucks, and vendors.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Oh.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, they find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with your credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl Noni Juice for Steinhafels. If better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone. And the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhafels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattress to Steinhafels. Now, you can try Helix in person, something you can't do just anywhere. Right now, Steinhafels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our listeners. Head to steinhafels.com to learn more. Helix Sleep at Steinhafels. Better sleep starts now.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. President Trump has nominated a federal prosecutor from Milwaukee to fill a seat on the U.S. Court of Appeals in Wisconsin. In a post on social media, the president named Rebecca Tibelson to serve as a judge for the 7th Circuit. If Tibelson is confirmed by the U.S. Senate, she would take the seat held by Diane Sykes, who plans to step down from active service in October. Tibelson has served as an assistant U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Wisconsin since 2016. Pay raises for state workers. Governor Tony Evers is implementing a pay bump for state employees over the next 2 years. The biennial budget authorizes a 3% raise this year and a 2% raise in 2026. Eligible workers who have been employed since the end of June will see a 3% raise starting in September, including lump sum payback from June 29th. Be on the lookout for scammers posing as a Wisconsin DMV. Officials say a wave of fake emails and texts have been sent to residents demanding payments or requesting personal information. Wisconsin DMV's Tina Brady says this.
We would not send a text message or an email to a customer demanding payment. So that is a red flag right away that customers should be aware of that is not coming from DMV.
The agency has launched a new website with resources and screenshots of what the recent scams look like. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
I'm black. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. The legendary Home Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs. We're going to go to the True Talk text line, 833-212-1017. And this other question that I'm going to ask is we're talking about Milwaukee and the violence is still going on, and what is some of the true solutions? And I'm going to pose a question to people as well. But let me go to Coley. Coley, great evening. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your thoughts on this Milwaukee situation?
First, let me tell you, I'm at the Cousins on Billard and Appleton.
Hey!
About to get me a whole double cheese steak.
There you go.
No lettuce, no tomatoes.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That part.
Okay, brother. Where do we start with this stupid? You have criticized me so much because I talk about the Fashion Boy and the Ninja Turtle.
Mm-hmm.
You criticize me every time, but bro, they're not getting it done. Now, when it comes to crime, I don't want to see our young men locked up and thrown away. But brother, something has to give. Something has to give. Now, you see Orange Marmalade, a.k.a. Trump.
I know what you're talking about because I call it the Orange Man.
The National Guard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, brought the National Guard. Cleared out, I seen it on the news yesterday, cleaned out all the homeless spots.
Yep.
Made like 500 arrests.
Do you think?
Got like 200-something illegals off the street.
Do you think that's needed here? Do you think that's needed here?
Brother, the list that you just ran off is brother, you don't even have to read that list to know it is so much stupidity in this city.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much stupidity happening in this city. That list you read off, you don't even have to. And what I always will criticize, the Ninja Turtle and the Fashion Boy. And then you see the Fashion Boy got them new gold rim Cartiers.
Mm-hmm.
While he's running for governor, he got them new gold, and I'm talking about Mr. Crowley. You know, somebody who's never seen the tax he don't like. Remember, he raised our sales tax. He raised our property taxes. You know, and he can't figure it out. If you give people a quality of life, brother, a quality of life, you will advance so much in this city. For somebody that has to deal with this nonsense that's going on, it's unnecessary. And like I said,
so you
my opinion.
So Coley, you really think that if these people had jobs, that this would stop?
They're not going to get jobs until they're forced to get jobs.
Okay,
brother, you are talking to a man that did 7 years. Listen, brother.
No, I get you. Hang on, Coley. Hang on. I understand that. What I'm saying is, you're saying that they're going to have to force them. I'm just saying, so then if you force somebody to get a job, is that going to stop
You can't force anybody to get a job.
There you go.
You can't.
So
it's like you can't force a crackhead to stop to go sober.
Mm-hmm.
Either he wants it or he don't.
There you go. So
yeah, either he wants it or he don't.
Right.
But I can lock you up.
Mm-hmm.
I can lock you up.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I don't want to see our young men just thrown away.
I don't want to see our young men thrown away, but I do want to see criminals. I do want to see criminals locked up, so we can have a quality of life. So if you are not out here being a criminal, then you shouldn't have to worry about being locked up. But if you're out here being a criminal,
I don't understand why. Brother, if you are on like your 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th traffic offense, why you ain't doing 2 months in the house? Why?
2 years.
Why is everything getting broken down to a misdemeanor?
Yeah, 2 years, man.
You know,
I don't want no 2 months. I want 2 years.
Just doesn't make. And I'm telling Black Milwaukee, that Ninja Turtle, that little fathead, and that Fashion Boy who got his new Cartier, his gold rim Cartiers on, he ain't the one. They not the ones.
Okay, and but thank you. I'm gonna get ready to go to another call. But Coley, as I said to you, just like I would say to anybody else, you can end up running yourself. Like all of the people that end up having issues with people who are in elected positions, and you feel like you have the solution, you have the answer. You're free to end up running, or if you know somebody else that feels exactly like you, if you're a convicted felon and maybe you cannot run for the position, then you know other people that are like-minded like you, so run. You know, because it's one thing to sit and criticize, and what some people don't end up understanding is you don't see what's inside their house. So we can talk a lot from the outside of the house, and we can throw stones at the glass and all of that. But if you don't really understand that some of the things are not as simple as some people make them seem. But I'm going black to the Truth Talk text line, 833-212-1017. Al, great evening. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your thoughts?
I think right now we're not forcing a standard. We're not holding people accountable. I think it's going to take work on both ends, parents, officials. But I will say this: I'm not saying officials supposed to play God or the daddy, but I would say if you sit back and you watch things to continue, it might be other motives behind that. And then you also have to look at the color of your skin. If it's black and it's violence, remain silent. But if it's white, I know it's time for me to get ready, because if not, I'm going to be out in the streets at night. So we have to pay attention, and just as well as we vote them in, we need to vote them out. And we do need to get people like us to run for these positions. But what we're not asking is, why are you allowing these things to go on? But why is it if the person got 36 characters in their last name, you moving like Ghostbusters? How are you gonna say it's no money, but we got an $88,000 Yugo or 84 Chevette going through the north side that's looking like it's about to bust a hub bearing? But then when it comes to the RNC, y'all move faster than the STD with doxycrap and real quiet. But then when it comes to black issues, it takes 365 days. But if you get ran over by a Subaru on the east side, you shut it down. So sometimes some people are allowing things to happen, so when it comes to law and order and it comes to the vote, you can play hero. So sometimes we got to call it out. And if it's a bunch of people who look like us and don't none of them like each other, then we got to start paying more attention. But as you said, more black people in the city need to run for positions. We need to push a standard. And we also need to be asking, if you don't want to be here, why you want a $66,000 increase? Because if I know you don't want to be here, I'm not giving you sugar, honey, iced tea. I'm going to say, go where you welcome.
That part. That part.
Have a great weekend.
All right. I love you. You have a great weekend as well.
All right.
Got to get ready to take care of some bills. Again, the Truth Talk text line number 833-212-1017. Want to get your thoughts on this. Like, what's next? What do we need to do? What are some more changes that need to happen? And this question that I'm sure that some people are going to want to answer or respond to. There's a question that a lot of women ask when some of these young men, teens, Toys R Us adults are out here, and they be like, who raised these people? Who raised this generation? I'll come black with the surprising answer after we take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Xavier, they ain't gonna like me when I come black. We'll be black.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 19th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 19th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms, and you can be a beneficiary of it. If you've got a heart for Milwaukee and qualify as a Milwaukee resident, take advantage of City on the Hills Health Clinic today. Just visit cityonthehillmke.org. That's cityonthehillmke.org. City on the Hill, hope, healing, and health for our city. Visit City on the Hill today.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
First, I thought I needed free. With long hair. I need it. I'm just saying. Xavier got it going on. I appreciate this musical interludes. Welcome, Black, to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Of course, the Truth Talk text line, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Talking about the violence, continued violence, and reckless driving, things that are happening in the community. But, a common question that we hear a lot is when we're talking about, so whatever you end up calling them, if you give them the YNs, whatever the terminology that you end up utilizing for them, the question is, who raised these? You hear a lot of women saying it. You hear just different people saying, who raised these men? Who raised these teens? Who raised these young adults? Who raised them? Do we have a drum roll? Do we have a drum roll that we can play? I don't know if we can have a drum roll. Okay, because, I'll do my own drum roll then. I'll do my own simulated drum roll. And they not going to like me. They're not going to like me, Xavier. They go.
The truth hurts.
Yeah. Yep. So, a lot of women. The answer is a lot of women. How do I come up with that answer? Well, because they say, I raised my kids. I raised my sons and my daughters. The daddy wasn't there. I ain't had no help. So I raised mine. So when you keep asking the question of who's raising them, because daddy wasn't there, daddy maybe locked up, daddy just didn't want to be involved anymore after you said you were pregnant, and you boast on, I got them. My kids ain't going to never go without. So guess what? They are the teenagers now. They are the young men now. They are the young adults now. So, let me get ready to go to the True Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. I just want to say, find the lie. DJ, great evening. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your comments on this evening?
So my comment this evening is just that I think we need to, when we think about like what our euphoria is, oftentimes we look to suburban communities and why the suburban communities lack crime. And the biggest thing that we need to be talking about are the resources and the access that suburban communities have play a big role in the lack of crime. Mm-hmm. And so when we ask our communities to show up to community meetings and ask them what are we going to do, the biggest thing we need to be doing is fighting the oppression that keeps us in the same spaces that we are in. We can meet, we can work, we can have discussions, we can do all of these things, but if there are not policies there to support our liberation, we will be stuck in the same place that we are. Because the truth is, the history of this country will show you that white people did not navigate as individuals. They worked together to create policies that kept them from experiencing some of the same conditions that we experience today. We did not get to witness white people experiencing those circumstances. So with that, I will leave you, and that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that call, DJ. Again, hit on some great points, things that need to be talked about. So I just want to know, for some of the women that are in that number and you had to raise your sons or daughters alone, that's, to your understanding, like, okay, well, I did it by myself. The ones that, tend to boast on it. When people say, who raised these new teens and yeah, what is the answer when we talk about some of the young girls out here that are wilding out, the girls that are, dressing, older than their actual ages, and the language that they're using, the guns that they're toting around, and participating in armed robberies and carjackings. We see them out fighting. We see them out with their bonnets on. We see them out and about. So again, can you come to the front of the room and please address the public? What happened? What went wrong? You feel what I'm saying? What happened? What went wrong? Why are we experiencing these situations? And if you didn't have it, why did you say, I don't need no help. I don't need a father's help. I don't need this. I don't need that. We gonna be all right. And right now, we damn sure enough ain't all right. The True Talk text line is open, 833-212-1017. Earl, great evening. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your thoughts on this situation?
Well, first off, good evening.
Great evening to you.
Well, the number two is I'm 71 years old, and I've been married to the same woman for 43 years. I've raised my children, and my parents who raised me were married for 66 years, and they raised 13 children. So I come from a perspective of it's easy to walk away, and it's
Earl, you
so
sound
young
familiar.
Women who
you sound familiar, Earl. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, so that's who I am.
Yes, sir.
And so the point that I'm making is we have people who say I can't make it with this person. This person upsets me. Once you have children, you have a responsibility to raise them. And so the man as well as the woman, because the woman and you have not been able to make it, doesn't mean that you don't have a responsibility to do everything you can within your power to make sure that child that you raised gets a fair shot at life. That's your blood. That's the way it used to be. That's not the way it is anymore. And what bothers me more than anything else, dear brother, is young people who say that you're in my generation, that we're passé, and all that stuff y'all talking about, that's the way it used to be. It ain't like that anymore. And so at the root of all of this is the fact that people have thrown away our past. They've thrown away our past, what we did, what brought us to where we are. And so it's more selfishness. Me. Young women can't raise boys. If they do, if anyone who's been able to do that and do it successfully, God bless them. But at some point in time, a young boy is going to need a man in his life. A woman can't raise a boy, for the most part, to be a man. I'm a man. I don't know what it takes for a girl to become a woman. So we're at these different crossroads, dear brother, that people need to have these conversations, understand what's taking place, and realize, I can't let my ego get involved in this. My child needs his father in his life. His father can't be in his life, then he needs his uncle in his life. Then he needs the neighbor's father in his life. Then he needs a coach in his life. He needs some man to give him guidance. One of the most difficult things in the world, brother, and I know you will admit this, is to become a man. It's not easy. So we're facing these things that we're facing because who's teaching them to become men? The streets and other boys who don't know.
Real talk.
So I'll leave it at that. Sorry for taking up all your time.
Oh, no, you good. You good. Right. Thank you very much, Earl. I love you and I appreciate
you.
All right. Got to get ready to take care of some bills. But Troop Nation, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all, Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. Yes, you can be entered to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Right now, all you got to do is be caller number 7 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, that is caller number 7 right now at 833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com for official contest rules. You can visit 1017thetruth.com. Taking care of some bills, I'll be black.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Botox can do more for men than just smooth out wrinkles. It can help reduce chronic migraines, stress-related facial tension, and even excessive sweating. Come on out to Botox and Beers Saturday, September 13th at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. It's an event for men who want to feel better, perform better, and look sharp without the fuss. Come and watch college football, get treated with Botox in the low-key, no-pressure setting of Sweet Talks, then have a brew when you're done. Spots are limited, so reserve yours now at SweetTalks.com. That is SLEETTOX.com.
This summer, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-serve beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch, 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Dr. Ken Harris with his truth.
Juneteenth signifies the occasion in 1865 when the final enslaved blacks in Texas were notified of their liberation 2.5 years subsequent to the Emancipation Proclamation. The moment when 100% of victims of slavery finally recognized their liberation indicated the principles of the U.S. Constitution came to be universally applicable. This represents a success for Black Americans and a subsequent and significant point in American history, highlighting the nation's alleged dedication to liberty and justice for all. The recent verdict in the murder of Sade Robinson serves as a reminder of the enduring evils and oppression we still face. Despite independence, numerous blacks still encounter exploitation, and they are masquerading as freedom. Commemorating Juneteenth compels us all to acknowledge these realities and compel the nation's past and promote a truthful national narrative. Juneteenth, along with the murder conviction of the disgusting individual who killed Miss Robinson, serves not merely as a celebration, but also as a summons to action. Remember this history in your daily discussions and interactions. If Juneteenth caused the conflation of liberty and justice for Black America, I say one death represented by the murder of Miss Robinson is a denial of liberty and an injustice to all of Black America.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m.
We have a few backups across southeast Wisconsin. If you're heading on a 94 eastbound, be aware that backups do begin at the State Fair Park. They go past through the State Interchange and they clear up once you pass South 35th Street. If you are heading on 41 northbound, be aware that backups do begin right before North Swan Boulevard, go all the way north, and they only clear up once you pass West Hampton Avenue. 43 southbound, we're seeing backups at Capitol Drive, and they start to clear up once you reach the Marquette Interchange. And 43 northbound, we're seeing backups starting all the way down at North Avenue, and they continue all the way until you pass Keefe Avenue. Tonight we'll get a chance for some showers and storms. It'll be partly cloudy with a low of 72 degrees. Saturday's going to be partly cloudy, very warm and humid with a chance of rain and storms with a high of 88 degrees. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Sean Brinda on 1017 The Truth.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Brewers achieved the 12-game win streak on Wednesday, which unlocked free George Webb burgers for fans.
Would you like fries with that? 12 in a row for the Crew. 12-5 your final. The Brewers with their second longest winning streak in the regular season in franchise history. A team for the ages.
The Brewers return tonight in Cincinnati to take on the Reds. They sit at 76-44. The Packers take on the Colts this weekend for their second preseason game. That showdown begins Saturday at noon. Jordan Love is expected to be ready for Week 1 following his surgery. The sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Voila. Voila. Yeah. I'm only coming out to play. Nothing more that I hate in this life. The wrong impression, I only have one to make. You can open your palm, waiting to catch a break. The cards will fall where they may. And what about
I'm black. Welcome to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Got to congratulate our qualifier, Venus Jones. Venus Jones, congratulations for qualifying for that $5,000 Gruber giveaway. $5,000. What could I do with $5,000? I could get a lot of club subs. I could get an awful lot. Xavier, I could get a lot of club subs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of club subs.
Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I can build a house of club subs.
That's one thing you could do, I guess.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just think about it, cousins, onions everywhere, you know what I mean? You're like, that house looks great. It may not smell as well, but it looks great. It looks delicious. We're like, yeah, I'd have a club bed. You feel what I'm saying? They used to have hamburger-style beds. I'd have a club sub bed. You know what I mean? So
I think the ants would probably love your house.
Damn. Why you got to make me rethink it?
I just try to think 2 steps ahead.
Yeah. I guess the rodents would also have a fun time too, eating the bread So I wouldn't have a house that long, huh? It'd be a short-lived house. Okay, all right. It's okay. I guess it's just like the gingerbread houses that people used to make. They didn't stand a chance. Again, we're talking about. Yes, that would belong to me. That would belong to me. Shout out to Brother Z. What's happening with you, man? All right. Cool. I was like, as long as you don't stand in front of my cousin's sub of the day, he gonna stand in front of him just because. Okay, thank you. Y'all about to see him. Y'all about to see him be like, how disrespectful. My cousin, look, you just. Well, yeah. Except when you were throwing the money. You remember you were throwing that. Listen, what you did was the true thing because you were throwing paper. You're throwing that paper. It might have not been green, but you were throwing that paper. So, as we get ready to go into Yes, Venus, congratulations to you. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Just talking about the problems that are going on. And again, like, we gotta, if the community doesn't start working together, we can have all the CDIs that are out here trying to do what they're doing. But if we don't join them as a community to help get some of these people off the street, we're going to still have these issues. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real has said, before I got a chance to take the caller, said, Homer, when I was dating women with kids, they hate when I discipline, structure, punishment, and give chores. He became the bad guy because mom wouldn't black me up, especially when I wasn't home. He said, let them do whatever they wanted unless they got on their nerves, and then they're very verbal then. And that's a crazy situation, and it's something also that needs to be talked about, where some women won't give the man in their life. You know what I'm saying? If this man is in your life and you trusted him to even meet your children, because I don't think that you should just be at the gate really, hey, come on over and do this, because we've heard about the horror stories that have happened from that, some abuse and homicides, the whole nine. But at what point, which brings up a great topic even in itself, at what point does the woman give that man that she is in a relationship with or even engaged to, what point do you give that man that type of authority to be able to discipline your children the way that they need to be disciplined, so it'll be some structure in that household? It'll be some structure, because a lot of times people do not want to, a lot of women don't want to give a man that type of authority. And even though they know that the father is not in the child's life, and nobody putting their hand on my kid, nobody gonna yell at my kid, nobody gonna tell my son what to do, but yet at the same time, they have all of the complaints talking about what their son is doing, and I'm gonna hurt him, I'm a this, I'm a that, and they won't let a man that they are in a relationship with discipline the child. It's crazy. You will be surprised. Let me get ready to go to the Truth Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Jay, great evening. Love you, appreciate you. What's your thoughts?
I appreciate you, Homer. Bro, I ain't trying to, but man, I look like, I don't know if you notice it. You go through the neighborhoods on Sundays before the flood. You got the Asians, it be about 2,000 Toyotas on one block and that block. They all taking it. The flood came, and you listened to it. I was listening to I guess it was the main Asian person. She was talking black on the news. I'm like, what? Let's come together. Let's get together. And then till we do that, what could we do? Homer Blow. I go back to you 40 years ago. 40 years ago. And I thank God that you still on the radio. Because you a voice of reason in this community.
Thank you.
I'm like, where he at? Homer. Used to, when guys couldn't even get a woman, used to have it on WNOP where you had, hey, man, you can get a date on here, man. Years, 25, 30 years ago. I respect you. I love you. Tory Lowe, all y'all. I thank you. But an old man told me, he said, hey, man, they didn't turn the faucet on. I'm like, what you mean by that? He said, man, they didn't turn the faucet on. That's what happened. I'm like, what? I don't know. Old guy just walked up on me and said that, man. He looked like he was solidified. And he had a nice car and everything, and he wasn't just like the little Pookie and Ray Ray. He said, hey, man, they didn't turn the faucet on. That's what he told me, and he walked off.
Okay.
I'm like, what? What you mean? I couldn't even get a what you mean by that or nothing. He just said, man, they didn't turn the faucet on.
Okay.
They didn't open the spigot.
All right. Well, thank you for the call.
Hey, love you, Homer Blow, man. God bless you, man.
Love you more, man. Love you more.
I look forward to seeing.
Yep. All right. I appreciate you, Jay. We decipher what we can and try to get through it. That was
I was a little confused as well.
Yep. That was a Morse code. But yeah, listen, ladies, what do you think that some of these women need to do? Because when you ask questions like that, when they say, who's raising these people? Who raising these young dudes out here, these young adults out here? Who raised them? Y'all got other names that y'all call them. But the answer is, so what has to change? What do some women need to do that are responsible from some of this accepted behavior? It's accepted. The same, women that choose to be that way, because like I say, it's not all women, but they tell their sons or daughters, okay, the daughter, you better get what you can get. You better get what you can get. But then you're telling the son that don't let no woman take advantage of you. Don't let no woman. But then he's running into the daughters that are being raised talking about, if you don't send me a cash app, you can't even talk to me. What the helly?
Yeah, it's very interesting. That's very common these days.
Yeah, like, you going to pay to get my hair done? Who was paying to get your hair done before I talked to you, before I even met you? Why does all that become my responsibility now?
I blame the rap songs.
Now, when I had a conversation about the influence of rap, some people tried to come down on me, but then they had to come back and face reality and concede and be like, yeah, Blow, you know what? Now that you say it like that. Yeah, man. And they try to make it like it's normal. And it's not.
Yeah, it's the social media. And when I say the rap music, I'm talking about when the simp rap, and they're talking about, I'm going to buy you a Birkin bag, buy you a car.
Right, because they're still making illegal money, and those same rappers end up getting indicted. You know what I'm saying? Those same rappers end up getting indicted. And what type of influence is that? So, again, sisters, we need to know which way do y'all want it? Because some of the sisters that are grown, that you wouldn't think would be on that, be talking about, you got to get me a Birkin bag. Listen, You've been shopping off Temu all this damn time. Now he got to buy you a Birkin bag. Stop it. You can't even afford to buy yourself a legitimate, real Birkin bag. And if you can and you're buying it, part of you, in my opinion, is ignorant, knowing that there's so much stuff going on and you still don't own your own house. If you're still paying a mortgage, but you own a Birkin bag instead of paying off your house, you are part of the problem. I'm going to run and take care of some bills right now because, the lines might light up, and I'm ready for them. 833-212-1017. But if the shoe don't fit, you must have quit. If it ain't talking about you, don't let it get up under your skin. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home Blow, sponsored by Cousins, holding it down for Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Got to take care of these bills? I'll be black.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Milwaukee Public Schools are getting ready to welcome students back to their classrooms for the 2025-26 school year. The first day of class for Milwaukee Public Schools is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025 for all students. If you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. Go to mpsmke.com/enroll MPS, or please visit the Department of Student Services between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They will assist you with the enrollment process and meet any educational need you have. They look forward to seeing you and thank you for choosing MPS.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Bike crash? Call Gruber's offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Introducing Chance the Ruthless Trick. And no, dreams is lucid, loosely based on music. No.
We're black on the truth. 101.7. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. And of course, it's the Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, who's on assignment. And of course, I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm the club sub. The legendary Home of Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs. And of course, let's see, Ariane Kwanda said, sincere Ronnie Ray Real, absolutely, but you know that already, but let it be in her hive. Yeah. He brought up some great points. He said, I'm getting the feeling accountability is being avoided here. It is. It absolutely is, because some people don't want to hear about when it's them. They don't want to hear about when it's them, because you can't end up saying that, you know, I did this. And then when they say who's doing this and why are some of y'all putting financial prices on you, but then if somebody literally calls you a garden tool or a prostitute, you get mad. How you going to get mad? And the first thing you talking about, you got to get my hair and nails done if we going to go out on a date. So, no, come out in your bonnet like you do everything else. Come out in your damn bonnet. Now, all of a sudden, we got to get you right. Get out of here. If you don't normally keep your hair up, if you don't normally keep your nails done, then, yeah, thanks for telling me I made a bad choice in trying to talk with you. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. But we'll have that kind of full conversation at another time. But I'm just saying, because I know we're going into the weekend, and some of y'all right now waiting on the man to send you money for an Uber. The hell out of here. The hell out of here. How does that sound if we end up saying, hey, you want to go out on a date with me? Well, you're going to have to buy me this new gold chain. I got this gold chain that I want, and I need you to pay for that, you know, so I can be fresh. I don't want you riding around with me or going around with me looking like, you know, you with a bum. I ain't no bum. You know what I'm saying? Take care of me. And you know, I only want, you got to take me to a 5-star. You got to take it where I want to go to where we got a maitre d'. I don't want to go to may I help you, and they patting their head like they got glue that is bothering them. I don't want to go there. I want to go and have a maitre d'. I want to be able to help you pronounce and enunciate the names of the items that are on the menu and understand that it comes a la carte. Yeah, it ain't like if you order this one thing that and then you get to order 2 and 3 sides and all that. No, it's all a la carte. I want to go there. Are you ready to do that? Yeah, they ain't ready for those conversations. Now the man is supposed to, a woman is supposed to be able to, you talk the independent role. You talk about you ain't dependent on nobody. I'm just saying, yes, I'm going to end this show and be out. I'm just saying, I still got time. So some of y'all can still try to call in. You can still try to call in. You feel what I'm saying? 833-212-1017. I just want you to find the lie. Find the lie. When did ladies have to give up their own personal maintenance and put it on a man because he just liked you? He wanted to take you out. So now he has to spend up. What if he find out that you ain't nothing? You wasn't even worth it. And then you don't want to go to a coffee shop, something that is not going to cost a lot of money if he does end up treating you because he asked you out. You want to go and get this expensive dinner. You want to go and do all of these expensive things. You want him to take you here and take you there, and you may be a bum yourself. I don't think it's fair. And to any man out there or young teen out there that's being taken, you got you a job and you ain't getting that much with your check, but you want to try to make sure that you take the young lady out and show her that, hey, I like you and all of that, but she trying to break you. You got to spend your whole check just to go out on a date and then for her to ghost you or put you in the friend zone. If you don't miss me with that, I'm just saying, you know, Venus Jones said, we have way too many people in this world who are users and don't want to put in the hard work to get the things they want. Ariane Kawanda said, you better say that and even then continue to keep it up. A boy doesn't want you to be his financial responsibility, but a man makes you a part of his finances. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. You know, Sincere Ronnie Ray Real said, you're listening to the truth. Dig that. Laughing but very serious. But yeah, so stop. If you're not able to reciprocate what you're talking about you want, you should be doing all that yourself. I gotta get your upkeep. No, stop it. And there's some women that feel like, oh, just because we went to dinner, you think you gonna get some? Look here. I'm not saying that it's supposed to be a guarantee. I get you. I hear you. But if I done paid all this and paid all that, I could have easily paid a prostitute and wouldn't have had to listen to nothing. She would have just came, done what she needed to do, and see you next lifetime or see you next week. Over with. I ain't had to go through half of what I had to go through, and then you got this bubblegum attitude, and let me take one of these earphone pieces off so you can see me do the look. She doing this all through the dinner because her glue is itching. Her tracks is loose. I gotta sit with this. I gotta sit and watch you in your phone for the whole damn date. And you laughing at everything but what I'm saying. I'm supposed to be the center of attention. You gonna learn today. Nobody hurt me because I don't have to date. I'm just saying, but it's some real stuff that people are going through. I'm just saying, holler at me. Talk to me.
The Truth in the Afternoon with Homer Blow.
Listen, man. I am your cousin sub of the day. Hold it down for Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Yes, the itchy weave. I'm just saying, pop it off nice with Dr. Ken. So thanks, Homer. Have a great, safe weekend. Yeah, thank you. And Sister Lorena Star Marie and everybody. But yeah, like, come on, y'all got to be realistic because, again, if a boy was to do that to a woman and he's a boy, it'd be like, yeah, come on now, you a man, you a young man, you supposed to have that. You ain't got to tell her to pay for your haircut. You ain't got to tell her to pay for your extensions. Yes, boys are wearing extensions now, so you can't even talk about a woman wearing weave. Grown ass men are wearing extensions. If they get in a fight, their hair could get pulled out too. And now we got more tumbleweave in the sewers, and then when it rains, we can't even get proper drainage because tumbleweave is all inside the sewers. And it's not only coming from women anymore, it's coming from men and teens. Stop it. We got to do better. We got to do better. Well, it's another one, Xavier.
That was a great show. Thank you for letting me play my own music again today.
Absolutely, man. It is my honor and pleasure, man. And you make some outstanding choices, man. And when people inquire, hey, who was that by? You know what I'm saying? They let you know that you're doing your thing. And I appreciate having you in here as my producer while I'm the cousin sub of the day. This weekend, I will be doing a Black to School book bag giveaway at a church from noon to 3 on tomorrow. And then 4 p.m. until I'll be at 8617 West Brown Deer Road as the club doctor, Craig Berry, owner of so many clubs, the Matrix, XXL, Mr. B's, of course, Area 414, Club Escape, and so many others. Yeah, he's celebrating 25 years in county, 8-ball and MJG, of course, Selena Johnson, Star Red with the hit single with Sir Charles Jones, Lick Black, and much more. So she's added to the show and some more surprises. I'll be one of your hosts. If nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you, and I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the weekend. And hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. I'll be your cousin sub of the day on Monday for Sherwin Hughes along with Jason Fields. Love you, babes. Talk to my agent. I'm up out of here. Holla Black.
Truth Nation, please join us at our 3rd annual Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. Admission to Truth Family Fest is absolutely free and a great place to have fun and celebrate with family and friends while also enjoying some great music and amazing food. Also, everyone in attendance will have a chance to win some great prizes, including backpacks for the kids, so make sure to save the date for our 3rd